Hi, my name is Francine and I have ovarian cancer. We don't know how long I have, so my job right now is to make every day count. Hi, everybody. I wanted to get you up to date on my health. I might have mentioned in another video that I was having some little blackout spells. I wasn't actually fainting, but I was close to it. And it happened the first time when I was driving, so that was extremely scary. But there's an aura to it, like I know when something's coming on. So I was able to pull over, and I was kind of in traffic, so we weren't going fast or anything. Anyway, I did go to see my GP because of it, and he ordered blood work. Now, I had first told him my suspicion is that I'm dehydrated. It really seemed like dehydration had been a problem for me over the previous weeks. I'm sort of up on it now. I drink water all the time, but I guess I had lost electrolytes, and that could have been through my GI issues. But I had some Gatorade a couple of days in a row, and I think that I'm good with that now. So I need to keep up with it. But that doesn't necessarily mean that that was the problem. So the blood work looked fine, except for my blood sugar, but it wasn't so bad. My A1C right now is 7.6. I need to get that below 7 again, though. I mean, I went from 6.9 to 7.2 to 7.6. So that's not good. I don't like that it's going in that direction. And I'm working on that as well. So since the blood work was good, I didn't have a follow-up appointment. We spoke through the online portal, and he had, well, let me back up for a second. Not only did I make an appointment with him as soon as I felt like I needed to get this checked out, I'd also made an appointment with my cardiologist. I do have a heart murmur, so I have a cardiologist that, I see every couple of years, really, but there doesn't seem to be any problems, except the old plaque, we all have a little of that when we get older. But I had gotten a message from the doctor. He said, I'm going to go ahead and order you a Holter monitor. Now, a Holter, I guess, is probably named after the person who invented the monitor, but it's a heart monitor that you bring home and you wear maybe a few days, probably a few days. And I'm fine with that. Just wanted to check and make sure that I don't have a heart issue that needs to be addressed. I said, but and he did know, I did make an appointment with a cardiologist, and I have that appointment next week. So do you really want to be the person to do this? And he said, I don't think you should wait. So we'll have it, I'll order it from their office so that they can give you a call, and then you can wear it. And then when you have your appointment, they'll have results. And I knew that wasn't going to happen. I'm like, they're going to look at the appointment book and just say, well, she has an appointment next week. So, we'll just wait till next week. So I don't think he's going to be too happy with those results. But I have an appointment today as I'm filming, and I'm going to see what he says. I'm probably needing a stress test, and it's just probably going to lead to another appointment. But whatever he wants to do, I'm fine with. But I trust him completely. And not that I don't trust the GP. Cardiologist is the cardiologist, right? So I think I'm just going to leave this here, and I'll see you in the next clip when I have an update. Hi again. So this is the next day, and I saw the cardiologist yesterday afternoon, and he did think that the Holter monitor was a good idea. Although I do have the next generation of monitors. I never had one before, but I know of them through family members. And they've always been a little bit of a bulky kind of vest, and you were hooked up to all these wires. And I was fully prepared to do that, but it's actually now just a little button. Yeah, see? And it's, got adhesive on it, and that's it. They just put it over your heart, and the button is for if I do have like an episode, to press that button, and that sort of bookmarks an area for them to look at. And then I just write down in the journal what happened at that date and time. So it's pretty simple, but I do have to wear it for 7 days. They have a 48-hour monitor, a 7-day monitor, and maybe a 2-week monitor. I'm not really sure, but it's so non-invasive. It's not even going to bother me. Wasn't allowed to shower today, but that's okay too. I'll shower tonight, and otherwise it's no big deal. So I'll keep you updated on that. I did get a EKG while I was there. I always get that, and my EKGs are always abnormal, so it was my normal, and I'm scheduled for an echo, so I'm a little overdue on that. So I will do that, and I will see you again in the next clip. It might be a little bit longer because I have to mail the tests in, kind of like that SIBO test, by the way, which ended up not being covered. So I'm getting a bill soon for $500. Anyway, that's the way it goes. So I was a little bit afraid to do any other home tests, but they assured me that this is almost always covered. So just going to go with it. I don't really think I have time for pre-auths anyway. It has to be done. So I will probably not wait for the results to let you know what's going on, only because it's going to take a while to get back. I hope you're having a great day. Be blessed, and I'll talk to you in a little bit. Hi, everybody. Today is March 14th. The first day of Mercury going into retrograde. And I'm already feeling the effects. My car mount for the camera fell like 3 times, and I forgot what I was doing, and I left my mail in the house, and my necklace fell off. So I am going to Wawa to get coffee and a breakfast sandwich and hope that I don't choke on it. So Mercury in retrograde does not affect everyone every time. But if today is a measurement, I don't know, I might need to be careful. Well, the odd thing was that someone had told me, because I was having a rough week last week, that, Mercury in retrograde is almost over. And they said the 15th, they thought, of March. And then I just saw a note that it just started today. So I might be in for a few more weeks of, I believe it's over April 7th. And it doesn't affect, I don't panic usually. It doesn't always affect every zodiac sign. It's just, I don't know what goes into it. I don't do astrology. I mean, I have a working knowledge of it. But if you're not familiar, 4 times a year, I think, 3 or 4, Mercury, little traffic here. We got the light's not working. We got a flagger. But a few times a year, Mercury seems to stop and go backwards. It doesn't actually go backwards, but it does affect a lot of things. You're not supposed to make really big decisions during a retrograde aspect. So we'll make the best of it. So I did want today to give you an update, which is why I had to go back into the house. I have a box with my heart monitor, and I only had like 2 little events, which I put in the log. So I don't know. I mean, they are certainly going to see more about my heart murmur and an arrhythmia, I believe. I don't know. I'll be following up with the cardiologist and get the results, but it's probably going to be a couple weeks. But I did want you to know that I was not having any more episodes, at least for the last 3 or 4 days. And they were extremely mild. I mean, it was just like I felt a little haze and then nothing. Oh my goodness, this is This is crazy. So I have to go to the post office, obviously, and then I'm going to get coffee first. I feel like I kind of need it. I'm going to need to get through this Mercury stuff. It's going to be a lot of coffee in the next few weeks. I don't know. It may not affect me. It may not affect you. I don't want anybody to panic. I used to hate when people would tell me Mercury's in retrograde, because I'd be like, oh, and then I'd be like, that wasn't so bad. But there are times when I wish people wouldn't tell me. I'm just going through life dumb, fat, and happy, and that's fine. So I also wanted to let you know, and I've talked about this before, that I had to delete my Facebook public page after 18 years because I was hacked relentlessly. I couldn't stay away too long. I mean, I don't want to do a lot of the woo-woo here because it's not what this particular channel's about. And I didn't want to make another channel either. So I started a Facebook group because I belong to a lot of groups and I think that they work pretty well. So it's not like a business page because I'm semi-retired at this point anyway. And I wanted to share that with you. You can go over to the community tab, the posts, and I have one with a link. I'll link it down below as well. To that group, if you're on Facebook, then that will be a good place to share things. And I just started it last night. I think I have like 20 members already. And some of them are also woo-woo people. No, metaphysically spiritual people. I think the woo-woo just identifies what's going on for a lot of people, but we don't typically refer to it that way. But it is a funny little word, you know. But a lot of other people see it that way, and I find that kind of funny too. So it is a place to really have conversation about even the death and dying part. The interesting thing is that my channel here is called Francine's Cancer Journey, and the group is called Francine's Journey Beyond. So it will cover my cancer journey, only in the aspect of, it's about dying, or it's about the other side, I should say, what happens afterwards, and where we go, and the connections that we make. So that's who I is. So I'd love for you to join there if you want to just look that up. And, it should be fun. I mean, this will be very different than a business page, of course. But I think it might be a safer place as far as hackers. I don't know of any groups that get hacked. It's just a discussion group. And I might add a little something like cards or, but also other people can as well. So it's really not a page solely about me. Because, there's lots of flavors in the world. I just went to like Baskin Robbins ice cream, but I don't even know if anybody eats that anymore. I like Haagen-Dazs, but that's just my thing. Anyway, I'll be right back. I'm back. That was good. And I got my Wawa coffee. One of these days we'll actually sit down and have a meal together. I would like that. I know that is done quite often on YouTube. But scarfing down my breakfast sandwich just to satiate me for the next 4 or 5 hours, I was on a mission, and I don't want to do that in the car and vlog at the same time. Keeping it safe. So the weather it's been overcast the last couple of days, but spring is springing in Pennsylvania. I haven't had to wear my heavy purple coat for at least 3 days, and it doesn't look like it's going to get colder in the next week. The high average is around 60, except one day, I think next weekend, it's supposed to go to 69. That's crazy. So, yeah. Global warming, y'all. I'm waiting for palm trees. That would be nice. But I don't like hot summers. And, unless you move to Canada, but I don't think they're going to let anybody in. Not from the States. So one thing I did wake up to this morning that made me very, very happy was I looked at the channel data and there were 5,001 subscribers. So I want to thank you so much. I even put a thank you up on the post community tab because I'm just so blessed and grateful to have 5,000 subscribers. Okay, it took a couple years, but things seem to be growing at a faster rate, which I've heard that's how it works. It kind of snowballs. It's hard to get started. And I haven't made a whole lot of money. I got to tell you, I've made, in the last 2 years, almost $400, which is nothing to sneeze at. But most of that was made in the last, all of it's been made in the last 6 months. So that is certainly an indicator that things are growing. Yeah, so thank you so much. I really do appreciate the loyalty and the support. And I hope you're with me for a long time because I hope to be here for a long time. But no one knows. No one knows. Just in my heart, I'd like to get another year, at least. 2 years? That would be nice. Just hard to say with this particular cancer. But we'll see. And in the meantime, you know me, I'm trying to make every single day count. So I am on the way to the office. I'm actually going to see a client. I haven't seen a client for a week, maybe. And but that's becoming my average as I ease into semi-retirement and eventually easing into retirement. It's just, it just depends on the finances because it has not been easy, but I feel blessed because everything is basically paid, and I have managed to save. Plus, I've had a few donations for a down payment for a new car, which I'm going to need to get in 2 months, I think. And I haven't decided. I don't want to buy the Kia, but it would be a really good deal if I did, because it's only have a little over 14,000 miles in 3 years. You're not going to find that. You're just not going to find that without, a big high price. So I think I'm going to have to really consider that. Although what I'd really love is a Subaru. They're really good cars. And I was thinking about the Subaru Forester. Of course, not new. I can't do that. But maybe like a 2020. That would be nice. Anyway, that's a wish list. And somebody did mention in the comments I need to work on that new bucket list. If I can get a decent monthly payment on a car, on a new car, new used car, new to me, I would love to go on a cruise. Chris has never been, and I'd be happy with like a 3-day cruise, but they're really hard to find. But there is one going up to Nova Scotia from New York, I think. But it's a 7-day cruise. I don't know. I hope that Chris could handle that. I'm sure that he could. But for some people, a cruise can be long, you know. So I've cruised before. It's been many years. I cruised on Carnival. I didn't like Carnival too much. I loved Royal Caribbean. And those are the only two cruise lines that I've been on. But I've heard so many good things about so many cruise lines. I mean, no offense to Carnival. It just, I found like, well, it's so geared to families and children, which is nothing wrong with that. But the food itself wasn't that great. The activities were more family oriented than, couples. And I'm not looking necessarily for a romantic cruise, but, that could be a bucket list. So it's a little too soon, premature. I really need to get the car first and see where my payments are at. Yeah, my bucket list might be getting too expensive now. I don't know. Because really, it's the simple things, but I feel like I've done a lot of simple things. And if I died tomorrow, I would be very happy. I would feel that I did everything, hugged everyone. If I'm here another 2 years, that expires though. I need more hugs. Anyway, I am going to close now, finally, and that's been my health update. And I will see you in the next video, and hopefully I'll have some results from the cardiologist. Okay, be blessed. You're blessed. Bye.